to hide from it. Lieutenant Colonel André Valieres, having no official command or position apart from his former commission as a major, liked to enjoy a moment's peace when possible by watering his horse alone in some secluded place before the day's orders were announced and the long hours of riding began. On this morning, as he walked a path that wound through a pleasant thicket of beech trees, he came to a small pond. Pausing, he stooped to splash water over his hands and face while his horse drank. He admired the beauty of this peaceful little forest, which seemed to have sprung from a verse in one of Goethe's folk poems. Satisfied with his wash, he mounted his horse and turned back toward camp, when he heard the sound of men's voices. His curiosity piqued, he pulled slightly on the reins, leading his horse away from the pond toward the muffled chatter. He rode slowly, without alarm or concern, for the army was far from any known hostile force. Now the sound of the leaves breaking beneath the horse's hooves seemed distinctly louder. The nearby voices had gone silent. André halted, listening. All he could hear was his horse chewing on the bit as it pawed the leafy ground. Assured that nothing was amiss, he exhaled deeply, his breath dissolving into the thin shroud of mist that enveloped the forest. Suddenly the trees shook, echoing with a sharp crack. André flinched at the sound of 2 pistol shots being fired, the report of each shot within a second of the other leading André to a quick conclusion. He'd stumbled upon that mortal contest played willingly between 2 men with an insoluble grievance, a duel to first blood or to the death. Having no desire to look upon the aftermath, he made his way quickly back to camp. Upon arriving at the bivouac, he joined the other cavalrymen in feeding and readying the horses for departure, saying nothing of the scene he had nearly come across. The army allowed duels in certain instances, but generally it was taken upon a man's honor that it was a matter for the 2 parties involved, their attendants, and no one else. The day's march passed like the previous ones had, with a few short halts for the horses to graze and the soldiers to chew on hard bread. That evening an aide summoned André to his brigade commander's tent, where he duly reported. Standing at attention outside the tent's opening, André could overhear the conversation the brigade's colonel was having with one of his subordinates. For the most part it was standard talk of supplies and grumbling about poor roads, but André's interest stirred when he heard the colonel remark on what had taken place that morning.
"Another one of my officers dead," the commander said, "and a good one too, promoted only a few weeks prior, before that devil pounced upon him."
"He is a strange one, the killer, that is." André recognized the voice of Major Dupont, the brigade's executive officer. "I did not know Captain Dubois, but heard he was an excellent swordsman."
"An excellent swordsman whose only use now is feeding the worms."
André heard one of the men stand up and begin pacing.
"This quarrelling captain is a lunatic, a mad dog off his leash who'd be better off put down. 3 men in 4 months. At this rate, we'll have to start promoting corporals to lead our companies." "There is something rather unsettling about that man. On that I'm in agreement with you, sir. So, with these orders for you to promote the man to major, what do you intend to do with him now? Who in this corps can manage that hellhound?"
A tense silence followed. André leaned closer to the tent's opening, eager to hear the answer. The commander cleared his throat before continuing.
"The new fellow, what's his name, Valieres?"
"Valieres, sir. A retired major plucked from his sleepy farm in Normandy. He joined the brigade at Leipzig last month."
"Whoever he is, I'd say it's time we made use of him. I've lost enough good officers to this brute that something needs to be done. We'll have no one left by the time we reach the front. Perhaps Valieres is made of sterner stuff than the others. If we reinstate him as a lieutenant colonel, then he will outrank this rogue, soon to be major. Perhaps if he's lucky he'll live long enough to see the bastard killed by the enemy."
"If he manages to outlive his subordinate." André felt a combination of curiosity and dread as he wondered what kind of man could so severely unnerve a colonel of imperial cavalry. With a prompt from the aide, André entered the tent and saluted.
"Welcome to Prussia, Monsieur Valieres."
The older man gave André an appraising look before he leaned forward and offered his hand.
"I am Colonel..."